myself Kavi calling from Ambala. First of all, I'd like to say thanks to the Market Mantra team and Mr. Dhirendra Kumar for starting such a nice program. I'm a regular reader of his magazine Wealth Insight and Mutual Fund Insight also. Actually, presently the market is going down, so it is known to almost all of us. So, if someone invests into the mutual fund, can we surely say that after investing for 10 years, the man will be in profit? Suppose if he's investing into the equity. That's the first question. And second question, some mutual fund companies doesn't accept lump sum investments like Mirai Asset, Emerging Blue Chip Fund. They won't accept any of the lump sums. They accept only the SIPs. And they are offering some kind of exit load also. So what's your opinion about that? Means why the companies are not allowing us to put a lump sum amount?
Yes. To best of my knowledge, it does not require my assurance, but I still feel that, of course, barring, what's called force majeure in legal parlance, that unprecedented happens. In most normal circumstances, a 10-year regular investment in equity will not only make, you will not only make money, it has the potential to make you wealthy. And that is something which I can tell you with reasonable confidence. 10-year disciplined investment, and if you are able to increase your contribution every year, assuming that, most of the time humans think in terms of constant, and we think of SIPs in terms of constant, that if most people do their SIP that I'm doing my 5,000 rupee monthly, but our 5,000 today and 5,000 10 years from now, or 5,000 10 years back is of completely different value. Inflation changes the worth of that 5,000. So if you have that, if you are able to increase your contribution in line with your rising income, or in line with the rising inflation, then I think you can potentially be a wealthy person with 10-year investment program of any amount in equity, despite the fact that you have chosen a bad fund, despite the fact that you have not chosen the outstanding fund or the brilliant fund. Maybe even if you choose an average fund, which is an index fund, you just might be well off. The other is that, yes, some fund companies stop taking lump sum money, and it is good for you. Most fund companies which have stopped taking money, they think that they cannot absorb large amount of money. It is their problem, and it is also their perception of the market. Their problem is that their fund is big, and their fund is doing well. And if they get too much money in too brief a time period, that itself will save them or prevent them from doing well. That is why they're taking less money. They also think that the market is not attractive enough to invest a lot of money at one go. So if they take lump sum money, and as their fund has done well, you will put a lot of money. And if once you put that lot of money, it will eventually translate into a disappointment. So it is good for you, and they are trying to be, they are taking a precaution. And generally as a rule, most investors, individual investors in particular, and strictly for new investors, they should not invest lump sum money in equity.